Stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go from Lumen Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
There we go, sit on. There we go, sit on.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. There we go, sit on.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Snowball. Right. Check 59, check 59, Cobra. 13 next, 13 next. Sit on.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. He's going deep this time. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Walker now from the gun. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Staying with Walker. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Working quickly here. Running with Walker again. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
19, Tiger,
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And they can't chomp to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Going to the ground again on 1st. This is ahead for about 5. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Moving quickly. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, and they go right back to him. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. They're on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another run for Williams. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
A handoff for Williams, running left. And they take this in for the score. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at first down here.
13 next.
Now an inside give to Walker. Into the second level past the 30. And he gets this one down to the 27. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Walker on first down. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
53. Line. Another line.
Now Smith. The throw left side, caught by Smith and Jigba. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Offense up to the line fast. To the ground with Walker. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Offense in the hurry up here.
Hey, let's go Sunday.
Smith. Pass taken in by Lockett. Touchdown, Seattle! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he'll push forward for a small gain into the 31. Working quickly here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Broncos facing a deficit near the break. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They stay on the ground with Williams. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Now Nick's on 3rd down. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. A time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Here we go on 4th, Nix. He's got it to his running back. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Nix looking to throw. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Denver. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos tie things up at 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Smith on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And a stumble coming out of the locker room at halftime as the kick goes out of bounds, Brock. So our first drive of the half is going to begin all the way up at the 40. First and 10 from the 41.
And 60 Eagles, 6 Warriors, 17, left wing 19, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Pressure coming for Nix. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Ready? Back to 60, back to 60. 79, 19, Tiger, 19, 60, Bobcat, 60.
Nix again on second and 10. Completed to Sutton. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. On third down, here's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. And now a fourth down, staring right at him. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Looking to throw. Cut by Sutton. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
First down, Smith to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
This is Walker on second. Runs inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he gets him around 6 there. Brandon Jones up for the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have second and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
A give up the gut to Walker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, sit up.
Toss play. This is Walker. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready. There we go, sit up.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks grab the lead on their first series of the half. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's a pickup of 9. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He put everything he had into this one. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up. Nix escapes the pocket. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You know, it looked like things fell apart a little bit as he left the pocket, just not on the same page with his targets as they adjusted their routes. And that's really what led to the incompletion.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's going to push one deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. 1st and goal. Here's Williams. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They try again with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him around 3 yards, and it sets him up with 3rd and goal from the 2.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
So they'll have some time to prepare for 3rd and goal. We're at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Going for it, it's Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Slot man motioned over. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Slow ball, slow ball. Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10. Walker now from the gun. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Seahawks take a 4th quarter lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Nix. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Offense in the hurry up here. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. third down. Here's Williams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That's caught beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. Has a lane inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Another run for Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. He'll look to throw it. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. In motion right is Mims. Now to throw. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's got it near the 10. They find 21 yards and get the 1st down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th. A handoff for Williams, running left. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Broncos cut it to a point late in this one. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we go, Simone. Hey, let's go Wednesday.
Running with Walker again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, on the ball.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Indy. Daytona.
Ooh, without much time left on that play clock, Coach Mike McDonald calls a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Hey, here we go, hey. Alert, Jack's left. Hey, alert. Strike.
Here he is to throw. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Middle. Hey, here we go.
Now Smith coming off that pick. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though, with 15 seconds left.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Hey, there's a clip.
Here he is to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
There we go, Sonoma.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire NFL on EA Sports, so long, everybody. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Seattle. Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field, Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Handoff running left, Walker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Notion man left is Lockett. From the gun, Smith. Trying for the deep ball. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Back to the air, it's Smith. Completes a DK Metcalf. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Check 58. 49, flip it off, 49.
Smith on 1st down. Metcalf there to bring it in. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
No ball.
Walker on 1st down. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Smith back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Broncos will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Ready? 70 Lions. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Buffalo 18, 79 Bronco, 19 Lion.
From the 23. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And they finally bring him down, but that is that chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Williams on the carry. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt. Offense up to the line fast. On 3rd down, here's Nix. Completed to Sutton. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's Nix. He's got it near the 8. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. It's caught Metcalf. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now an inside give to Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
There we go.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This is Walker on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, Tony.
Offense in the hurry up here. They go play action. Here's Smith. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. On the move, headed right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Pass taken in by Lockett. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Seahawks, they've got to look towards the end zone. 1st and goal, here's Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here. Takes the handoff, now to throw. That's incomplete left side. Nearly an interception on that play. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Now Smith. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Viking 18. No, no.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Nix with it on 1st. He's going deep. He's got it inside the 10. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st and goal. Here's Williams. Has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 2nd quarter lead. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. First and 10 now from the 30. They give up the gut to Walker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brandon Jones up for the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 2nd and 10 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Offense up to the line fast.
13X, 13X.
Looking to throw, Smith. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Check 59, cover. 13X.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Myers' kick is good, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Alert. Take over.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Let's go now.
2nd and 3 now.
60 Eagles.
Here's a give up the middle. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos looking to add to their advantage. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Williams will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hawk 70. Panther 60. Mustang 19. 19 tight. Go.
Shotgun snap to Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
70 Lion. Ready. 60 Bobcats. 60 Maverick.
Nix from the gun. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos drive their lead to 11. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Another try following the sack. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Big gain downfield. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down.
Hey, we go.
From the gun, Smith. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All set up now for first and 10. Throwing is Smith. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Broncos are going to take over after the interception.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Throwing on first down, Nix. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks get the football back on the interception and now have it at the 28. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Here we go, here we go.
No motion to lock it right.
Here we go,
Smith on first down. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos might be able to get some points late after the interception. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up second down.
Go! 18,
Throwing here, Nix. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Nix. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start. half. We've got a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense in the hurry up here. On second down, a run with Williams. There he goes on the right side. Javonte Williams. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead coming out at halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Smith. Into the hands of Walker. And that's good for a gain of 5. Riley Moss with that tackle. Working quickly here. From the 35 on second down. Pass complete to Walker. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Walker hauls it in. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And again, it's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Third and long for him here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Intended target there was Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that brings up fourth and long.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They've got a man in motion. Fourth down, Smith. He's throwing deep to the left side. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get... Opened in 2001, it lies on the same site and retains the name of the city's beloved former stadium, Denver. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's Walker running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. His first throw is an interception. And the Broncos get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
60 by 6. Reload.
Going left side, Williams with it. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
Bronco switch. Go.
Another run for Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast.
60 Eagles. Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 24 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Hawk 70. Ready.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Shut up! Panther 60, Panther 60. 70 Lion, check, Panther. Shut up.
They stay on the ground with Williams. Another big rip for him. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal.
19, Tiger, 19, check go.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Offense in the hurry up here. They give it to him up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Okay, ready?
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
19 Lion. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Hook.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Trying for it, it's Walker. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
70 Rangers.
Nix with it on first. Gets everything he has under this throw. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down.
18 Cardinal. Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Go.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Here we go, Shaq. Trap 60.
On first and 10, here's Nix. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it'll be second down.
Here we go. Bronco 80. Ready.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Ready.
Oh. Time for our second quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone.
Viking 18. Trap alert.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Working quickly here.
60 by 6. 18, Pioneer. Set go.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Has it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
70 Timberwolf.
Here's Nix to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Williams. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos make it a 9-point advantage. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, hey.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Bails out of the pocket quick. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Headed out right. Cut by Lockett. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Man in motion here.
Here we go,
Walker on 1st down. Space to the left. Launching for the pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Seahawks start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown! So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Nick's now to throw. Rolling left, buying some time.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
We'll cobble together a yard there. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
70 Lion. 19 Tiger. Not Tiger. Check. Hey, hey.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Ready.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Ready. 19 Tiger. 60 Bobcat. 6 go.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He fires one deep down the left side. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Nix from the gun. Mims with the grab. And he gets this forward to the 19. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos pushing for a bigger lead before halftime. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Nix off the play action. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. They'll throw again. Nix finds Mims. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. They throw it out quick to the left. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
There we go, throw it.
The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go, here we go. Like, catch left, catch left. Push up.
Smith in the pistol. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
Smith on 3rd and long. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down, Smith to throw. He puts everything behind this one. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Hey, here we go, Sunday.
And again, it's Smith. Complete to DK Metcalf. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, the clip.
Back to the air. It's Smith. Connects with fans. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line. First down.
Here we go. Tuesday.
From the gun, Smith. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the 1st seconds in the ice.
Hey, trio left.
Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. He's trying to go deep again. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's P.J. Luck.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
He's back to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. Has a hole left, room to run. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. That score was less about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, Shaq. Rocco leading. Roll, roll, roll.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Play action with Nix. He puts some juice on a deep throw down. He's got it deep downfield. It's a Denver touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Double step. Check 58. Double step.
Smith back to throw. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete.
You know, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Hey, here we go, hey. Look, catch left.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Smith. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a fourth down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
19 tight, 19 tight. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Head to 60, head to 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go!
Nix with it on 1st. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Running right, it's Williams. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Offense up to the line fast. On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cowboy 80.
Williams is across the line for the Denver touchdown.